Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So I wanted to do a video just on the things that have gotten me through this pregnancy and have really helped me survive it. These are things that have been most effective probably in my second, third trimester. The first trimester, basically nothing helped me survive it. It was just miserable. So yeah, if you are interested in my pregnancy must-haves, then keep watching. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about was a stretch mark cream. This is the Burt's Bees Mama Bee belly butter, and it is with shea butter and vitamin E. And it's kind of lopsided right now, but it is a really thick, creamy substance, and it's so satisfying to apply to your belly as it stretches and gets kind of itchy. This really made my belly feel better. It gets really itchy if I skip any sort of lotion application. So yeah, love this stuff. I have gotten a few stretch marks, but not on my belly. I've only gotten them on each side of my hips, surprisingly, which I did not expect. So I can't say if this necessarily did anything. From what I understand, most of the time stretch marks are hereditary, but I mean, I haven't gotten any on my belly, and I wasn't applying this to my hips, so I don't know if that matters to you, but I do love this stuff. Works great, makes my belly feel awesome, and it has a nice, I like the smell of it. It's a very natural smell. So, and you can pick this up at, I believe, Target. Okay, and then the next thing that's kind of sort of health related is prenatals. I accidentally tore the label off of this, but this is the Rainbow Light Prenatal 1 food-based multivitamin. I picked mine up from Target. I know you can get them online. You can get it from like health stores. This stuff has really worked great for me. It hasn't made me sick. It hasn't given me any side effects other than neon greenish yellow pee. So if you take these, don't be alarmed. From what I understand, that's a good thing when your prenatals do that, because it's showing that it's taking the nutrients it needs from the vitamins and expelling any excess, from what I understand. I could be wrong. I'm not a doctor, but that's what I've read. And it has complete nutrition for mom and baby, high folic acid and non-constipating iron, which is important, and easy to digest with probiotics and enzymes. It is vegan and gluten-free. This one comes with 50 tablets. I can't obviously read everything that's on the back because I tore it off, but there's biotin, vitamin B5, calcium, iron, iodine, magnesium, zinc, selenium, a lot of food ingredients like red raspberry extract, ginger, juice, just tons of stuff. And it has a lot of, what do you call it, like the good bacteria that you get from like yogurt and stuff, probiotic type of thing. Lots of good stuff. And then the next thing that has been a savior for me are Tums. They are an antacid, and they are for heartburn, nausea, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea. I'm sure you've heard that before in the commercial. But this has been a lifesaver for me with my heartburn. I probably don't have it as bad as some women seem to, but I cannot stand the feeling of heartburn. I think it feels terrible. So the minute that I get it, I have to take something or like drink a little milk or something just to calm it down, because it's like if you've had heartburn, it's kind of an indescribable feeling. These ones are the peppermint ones, which actually aren't my favorite flavor. I also have some fruity ones, but they're in my purse and I didn't feel like getting them, so I just grabbed these from the medicine cabinet. Okay, and then the next thing that has been a savior for me is water. It's been so helpful to take a huge jug of water with me when I go places, or when I was working, I would always have a big jug of water next to me. because if I don't do that, then chances of me getting up and going to the cooler over and over again for a little cup of water are pretty slim. So just having this right here next to me with a bunch of ice to keep it cold and refreshing has been a huge help. It's really important to stay hydrated when you are pregnant because the baby's fluids depend on your hydration. The baby can go into distress, you can have preterm labor, all sorts of stuff when you are dehydrated. So drinking this is very important. And then something that goes along with that is, for those of you who might be like me and get bored with water, you can put some sort of flavor in your water. These are Crystal Light. Now before you get all worried because there's aspartame in Crystal Light, this is the Crystal Light Pure. There is no artificial sweeteners, flavors, or preservatives, and it is flavored by Truvia. So this is the strawberry kiwi flavor, and it's just little drink packets like this. And yeah, you can just dump it in your water, shake it up, and it tastes delicious. It's very refreshing if you're, eating lunch and you just need something good with your food, or you're craving a little flavor. That is some good stuff. So that is pretty much it for health-ish kind of stuff. So now we're going to get into things that I wear or use on a frequent basis. So the first thing I want to talk about is not a very appealing subject, but pads. I'm out of the little tiny liners, so these are what I just grabbed, but just pads, normal ones. I thought that being pregnant I wouldn't need these for any reason, but you come to find out that you have a constant flow of lovely discharge, and I realize that's TMI, but it is a part of life. And unless you want to ruin all of your underwear and be grossed out, then you'll want to wear a panty liner pretty much your whole pregnancy. And I recommend just the little thin ones. You've probably seen them at the store, use them, just to save your underwear because it's gross and it's unappealing, and pads will allow you to stay fresh. You can change them out throughout the day and you don't have to worry about feeling icky. The next thing is an electric shaver. Now, this is not for what you think it probably is for. That is a battle. I can't see below my belly, so I kind of just shave my legs and stuff blindly. I have to get in a lot of weird positions to reach all angles, but I make it work so far, and I'm almost done with this pregnancy, so I'm pretty proud of myself for that. This is actually for facial hair. I noticed further along in my pregnancy that it's not noticeable probably to anybody else, but when I was doing my makeup, I felt like there was just so much texture on my skin and I couldn't figure out why. And then upon further examination, I looked at my face really closely and realized I had so much like blonde peach fuzz on my face, and it was more than I'd ever realized I had. So I got this little thing out. I've had it forever. As you can see, this stuff is like, the paint is like peeling off, but it works great. I think I got this a couple years ago at Walgreens. I just use this like on my upper lip and then kind of where your sideburns would be over here, just to smooth things out when I do my makeup. Otherwise it just looks kind of like patchy and hairy. So the next three things are things that I wear. I'm going to start with shoes. So I got these Adidas slides. They are a floral print, and I just thought they were really cute. I thought this floral print was really, really cute, so I picked them up, and they're so comfortable. They're very molded to the form of your foot. You can see they have like indents for your toes and just a nice form to them. They're so easy to slide in, and these tend to run pretty big, so you'll find as your pregnancy progresses, your feet will probably get bigger, puffier, just more uncomfortable for your regular shoes. You can just slide your foot in. It's comfortable. You don't have to worry about, your shoes digging into your puffy feet. The next thing that I want to talk about is tank tops and undershirts during pregnancy. This is, I'm not sure actually where I got these, but pick yourself up some very long tank tops and undershirts like this that are made of a very stretchy material. These will serve you well your whole pregnancy. I had them before pregnancy, and these aren't maternity or anything, but they're really nice for going over your belly. They kind of hold you together as well. And if you're wearing like leggings underneath, you can just put like a cardigan like this over it and this over your belly and some leggings, and you're perfectly covered, but you still look cute. It's also nice under maxi dresses to me because I tend to carry weight in my hips, and so at this point, like, I get underwear lines and that sort of thing because my hips are so much bigger, and it's nice to have something that kind of smooths everything out a little bit more. So love this. Long undershirts, tank tops, long t-shirts, all that sort of stuff. Awesome. The next thing I have been loving is granny nightgowns. This was actually in my hospital bag video that I filmed. $10 from Walmart, just an extra large nightgown from the pajama section. And I live in these things. I have another one that's like pink and a zip up. And these are so comfortable. There's really nothing else to say about them. They're just comfortable. They just hang on your body like a tent. Definitely not the cutest thing to be wearing, but you gotta do what you gotta do once you get so big that nothing fits anymore. These are just great. I just walk around the house in it, and I'm comfortable, and I'm happy, and everything is breathable, and I just love it. So pick yourself up some cheap, crappy little nightgowns, and you can't go wrong. Okay. So the last thing I'm going to talk about is the lovely yoga ball. You can call it a pregnancy ball, exercise ball, yoga ball, whatever, but they're all the same to me. I've had this for a while, and I read that you can kind of bounce on it for support, and once you get close to your due date, you can kind of bounce around on there to potentially help speed up labor. I love to sit on this. It makes my hips feel good, it makes my back feel good, and now that I'm pretty close to my due date, I will just sit on it while I'm watching TV and kind of gently bounce up and down. It's also really nice to roll your hips on. Kind of opens your hips up and allows the baby to drop further down into the pelvis as you get closer to birth. So whether you're early on or you're late in your pregnancy, I think you can't go wrong with one of these. They're just a really nice support for your back and your bones as they are softening up for birth. So yeah, that's pretty much all I can say about that. So those are my pregnancy must-haves. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully some of these recommendations will come in handy for you. They definitely did for me. So be sure to give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment if you have any recommendations for me as I am hitting the end of my pregnancy here. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.